All right, guys, here we go. Last tab of our budget project, getting very exciting. We're going to start a new tab. It's called Retirement Plans. This is separate from the retirement tab when we calculated how to be a millionaire and showed all that 10% from our income tab, right? We pulled our $271.32 from mine over here, showed how it was going to turn into over $1 million. The factor of time and how that's going to affect how much we earn. But now let's learn about three different types of retirement plans. So the very first one that we're going to look at is Social Security. We don't have a choice about it. I want you guys to go ahead and type the questions, and then we'll put our answers in red below. So if you need to pause the video to type out the questions, you can absolutely do that. But we're going to start with Social Security. So at what age can you start collecting Social Security? And the correct answer for that is 62 years old. The government says that you need to be 62 years old and able to start getting some of the benefits from your Social Security. You can delay that, and the more that you delay that age, so if you wait till 63, 64, 65, you will get higher payouts because you are deferring those payments. And you can defer them all the way up until the age of 70 to get your maximum amount of Social Security payout. Again, it is government ran, so we don't have control over our money. So that's a big drawback, but they're going to take that 7% out of our paycheck regardless. So hopefully we get that, and that would be awesome. What is the maximum monthly Social Security benefit? And I had to look this up, but it is $2,831 at the age of 62. So if you turn 62 and you want to start taking your Social Security right then, that is great. You can absolutely do that. You'll get $2,831 per month at 62. Again, if you defer it, you will get more money later. But if something were to happen to you and you never take your Social Security benefits, and your spouse could use one or the other, but that gets pretty technical. We don't have to worry about that currently. But yeah, you could potentially lose it if you defer it and something happens to you. But we'll say nothing's going to happen to you, and you wait until 70 because you planned your retirement. And you have your awesome 401k or Roth IRA out there, and you can live off of that. And then this will be extra money, so we can go to really nice golf course. We can go on golf trips. We go out to Dubai and play golf. Like it could be crazy. It'd be awesome. All right, so at 70, you could get almost double that, $5,108 per month in benefits. So that's not bad. Might not be enough to live off of in like 2060 or whenever you guys go to retire, but it could supplement. Two ways that we could fix Social Security. So currently, Social Security is spending more than they are making. They make money through FICA tax, which they tax at like that 6.2 to 7%, and then they have payouts. The large reason why we have a deficit right now is we have more people receiving Social Security benefits than people paying into Social Security. So if we were to try to fix that, we could do some things such as reduce payouts. So instead of 28.31 at 62, maybe they lower it to 24.34, and that would save a little bit of money there, or they drop the maximum, what it might be. You could also increase Social Security tax. I'm not a fan of that because it's already taking too much of the money that I earn every week or every month. So I'm not a huge fan of that, but to each their own. The other option is, life expectancy is going up, so we could actually raise the ages of these, but that's going to be less golf for us later in our life. So I don't know if I'm a huge fan of that either. But you know what? Something has to happen if there's a deficit. There's two ways to fix a budget. You either make more money, so you could raise taxes in this instance, or you reduce your expenses, so you limit how much you pay out or reduce the amount that you pay out. All right. With that being said, we're going to move on to number 2, 401k. Our 401k. What is a 401k? And to start off, this is an employer-sponsored retirement account. Now, not necessarily employer-funded, employer-sponsored. Just like the first one, Social Security is a government-ran retirement account, but it's not government funded. It is funded through your tax dollars. So same here. This is funded through the money that you put into a 401k. There is an awesome thing about a 401k. If your employer does a company match, what does that mean? That means free money for you. You could get free money. So for instance, at St. James, if we put in 4% of our salary, the St. James Academy would match that 4%, and so we would have 8%. So let's say in this magical world I made $100,000. I put $4,000 of my income into a 401k and it was a dollar for dollar match up to 4%, St. James Academy would put $4,000 to match that, and I'd be putting $8,000 into my 401k every single year, which would be awesome. That is great. Oh my gosh, I have a typo in here with retirement. I must fix that before we talk about it. So they use pre-tax money in this. So this actually lowers your taxable income if you participate in a 401k. It's completely optional. You do not have to. I will say if your company sponsors and does a company match, you should absolutely take care of that free money, because that's 100% return the very first day. So at least do the company match for this. I think that's a no-brainer. Pre-tax money means that you're not taxed on the money. So that $4,000, instead of going through state income tax, federal income tax, FICA tax, it doesn't have to pay any of that tax. It goes into your 401k account, and it can grow. Then when you take it out and receive the benefit, you'll pay capital gains tax, state income tax, those types of taxes on it. Sorry, not capital gains tax. I believe you pay income taxes on that, since you didn't pay income taxes. So state, federal, so on and so forth. Okay. If you have to touch that money before the age of 59 and a half, why 59 and a half? I'm not exactly sure, but that's what they said. So the government came up with 59 and a half. So if you have to pull that money out when you're 58, you will have to pay income taxes on that money, as well as a 10% fee for, it's called an early withdrawal fee. So we want to really try to eliminate that unless it is some type of emergency, because you're probably going to lose from income taxes and different things, maybe something like around 25% plus another 10%. So if you had $100,000 in there, you're probably only going to see about 65,000 of that. If you had $1 million, you might only see 600,000 or 650,000. So we want to try to avoid that fee. That's 10% of your money, and that could be substantial as your money grows over time. All right, 401ks are awesome. They're great. I love the free money aspect. That's my favorite part of it. I think that is the absolute biggest takeaway. Again, we could reduce, since it is pre-tax money, we can reduce our taxable income or our tax liability if we crept into a higher tax bracket, like we talked about with the progressive tax model. All right. Third one, last one, is a Roth IRA. All right, this one's my favorite. I love this one. This is great. Roth IRA. So IRA stands for an individual retirement account. Roth was a politician who came in to write this into the tax code. Our annual contribution for a Roth IRA currently is $7,000. So we can put $7,000 a year into this account. And if we can find a way to do that, especially when we are young, and we can continue that all the way through the time that we go to retire and play golf, we're not going to have to worry about a whole lot. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be great, especially if we have Social Security supplementing it. And then if we had a 401k that we took care of the match, there's like 3 different ways. And maybe we have some other things that we've done. Maybe we invested into some real estate. Maybe we had some different things going on that we decided to invest in, started our own business, became entrepreneurs, those types of things. But the biggest thing about a Roth IRA is that is tax-free capital gains. Ugh. 4 magical words all put together. Tax-free, favorite too, awesome. Capital gains, returns on our investment, money that we're making off of our investments. Awesome. Tax-free capital gains. Love it. Now, here's what happens. You go to work. You make money. You get a paycheck. It has deductions on there, state, federal, FICA, so on and so forth. Okay? Then you get your net. That's your paycheck. Boom. You've already paid taxes. Then you put money into your Roth IRA. So I call this like post-tax money. If 401k was pre-tax money, this is post-tax, because we've already paid state, federal, FICA taxes on this. We put it into our Roth IRA up to $7,000 per year, $583.33 per month. Awesome. It grows. We put in, let's say, a couple $100,000 in contributions, the money that we put in, and it grows to be $3, $4, $5 million, right? Everything that we made off of the investment, all that interest that we made off of our investment, our Roth IRA, is completely tax-free. We take that money out, no taxes whatsoever. Whereas our 401k, we get taxed at the end. Not at the beginning, we get taxed at the end. Roth IRA, we're taxed at the beginning, not at the end. But we don't have to pay taxes on those millions of dollars of capital gains, which is awesome. Again, you cannot access it until 59 and a half. There is a 10% early withdrawal fee. But additionally, we can access our contributions at any time, as long as it's for a qualified thing. So if we want to go back to school, if we wanted to buy our first house, if we had a medical emergency, there are a number of different things that we can go in. We can take our contributions, the money that we already pay taxes on, and put into there. We can take those contributions out completely tax-free. No problem, no penalty. Okay, which is awesome to have that flexibility. I don't encourage you doing it. I want to keep that money in there as long as possible to continue to grow, to snowball. You can start participating early. You don't have to wait until your employer sponsors a 401k. When I started working at St. James, I didn't get, like, we didn't have a 401k, so I didn't get to participate in that for like the first 4 or 5 years that I worked here, right? So I was already a little behind on that. That's okay. Not with a Roth IRA. You can participate as early as you would like. You might need a custodian, like a parent, to sign up. You have to have a proof of income, but you could start it at 15, 16, 17, 18 years old. You can start it with as little as like $25 into a brokerage account. Yeah, that's great. Best thing, no taxes at the end. You pay taxes up front, no taxes at the end. So absolutely, absolutely, please take advantage of the Roth IRA. If you have a 401k and your employer does some awesome match for you, take care of that free money for sure. And then know that you can defer some of your contributions, or sorry, not contributions, defer some of your payments in Social Security to increase the amount that you would receive if you need that. So, all right. Make sure you guys put all of your answers in red, and make sure you have a budget surplus before you submit, and submit it up on Classroom.